Ever thought about running a marathon in different weather conditions? Well, buckle up because today I'm taking a whirlwind tour around the globe, exploring how to conquer marathons in all sorts of weather. From the sweltering heat of Boston in April to the icy chill of Antarctica in March, I am covering it all. Preparation is key, and being aware of what you're up against can make all the difference. Continue with me as I delve into the specifics of running in different weather conditions. Imagine yourself running in the Boston Marathon or the London Marathon in April. Yes, April. A time when the Earth is coming back to life, and the weather can be as unpredictable as the final leg of a marathon. In Boston, the oldest annual marathon, the weather can swing from cool to warm, and sometimes downright hot. Meanwhile, in the heart of London, another major spring marathon, the weather can also range from mild to warm conditions. In Boston, you may start the race in a chilling morning fog, only to finish in the sunny afternoon heat. In London, the iconic cityscape might be bathed in warm sunlight, making the marathon an exercise in endurance, not just physically, but thermally as well. So how do you prepare for a hot weather marathon? Let's break it down. First and foremost, hydration is key. Your body will be losing water faster than a leaky faucet, so you'll need to replace it just as quickly. Pre-hydrate before the race and make sure to take advantage of water stations along the route. And if you're feeling adventurous, why not try a running hydration pack? It's like carrying your personal water station with you. Next, protect yourself from the sun. A hat or visor can keep the sun out of your eyes and off your face, while sunglasses will protect your eyes from harmful UV rays. And don't forget to slather on the sunscreen. Look for a sport-specific one that's water and sweat resistant. As for your running gear, opt for lightweight, breathable fabrics that will keep you cool. Technical fabrics designed for running can wick away sweat and help regulate your body temperature. And remember, light colors reflect the sun's rays, while dark ones absorb it. Lastly, listen to your body. If you're feeling lightheaded or dizzy, slow down. It's better to finish the race at a slower pace than not finish at all. So, remember to stay hydrated and protect yourself from the sun when running in hot weather. Because in a marathon, it's not just about the distance, it's also about the climate. Now let's move from the heat to the chill of the Tokyo and Antarctica marathons. A shift in perspective is necessary as I transition from balmy, sun-drenched paths to the icy, windswept streets of Tokyo in late February. The Tokyo Marathon, a beacon in the world of running, has its participants braving the cold. The key to staying comfortable and maintaining your pace in this marathon lies in proper layering. Start with a moisture-wicking base layer to keep sweat at bay, followed by an insulating middle layer and finally a waterproof outer layer to protect against any unpredictable weather changes. And remember, gloves and a hat are your best friends in these chilly conditions. But if you thought Tokyo was cold, brace yourselves for the Antarctica Marathon. Yes, you heard that right. A marathon in Antarctica in March. This goes beyond just cold, it's freezing. The terrain is challenging and the temperatures are daunting. But the sight of those ice-capped peaks and the experience of running in such unique conditions is worth every shiver. For this marathon, specialized gear is an absolute must. Thermal underwear, insulated running shoes, and heavy-duty gloves are just the beginning. You'll need thermal socks, balaclavas, and high-quality sunglasses to protect your eyes from the glare off the snow. But let's not forget about nutrition. Cold weather can suppress your thirst, but don't let that fool you. Hydration is as critical in cold weather as it is in hot. Carry a thermos with a hot drink or water, it'll help keep you warm and hydrated. And keep your energy levels high with calorie-dense foods like nuts and energy bars. Also, remember to warm up properly before you start. Cold muscles are more prone to injury, so take the time to get your body ready for the run. And most importantly, listen to your body. If you start to feel too cold, it's okay to slow down or stop. Safety always comes first. When running in cold weather, remember to layer up and keep your energy levels high. What if it starts pouring during your Paris or Seattle marathon? Now, that's a question that's often on the minds of runners preparing for these races. April showers may bring May flowers, but they also bring a unique set of challenges for marathoners in Paris. Similarly, the Seattle Marathon in November is no stranger to wet weather, with the city's rainy climate a well-known fact. Rain, while it can be a refreshing change from hot weather, presents its own issues. One of the main concerns is staying dry. No one likes the feeling of soggy shoes and wet clothes, especially for the duration of a marathon. The solution? Waterproof gear. Look for running shoes with water-resistant features, and consider investing in a high-quality, breathable waterproof jacket. Gaiters can also be helpful in preventing water from entering your shoes from the top. But staying dry is just part of the story. Rain can make the ground slippery, increasing the risk of slips and falls. So, what can you do to prevent this? Firstly, be aware of your surroundings. Puddles and wet leaves can be especially slippery. Secondly, consider your footwear. Shoes with good grip can help keep you on your feet. Look for those with deep treads, or even consider trail running shoes if you're expecting heavy rain. Another tip for running in the rain is to wear a hat with a brim. This will keep the rain out of your eyes, allowing you to focus on the road ahead. And lastly, don't forget to protect your electronics. If you're carrying a phone or GPS watch, make sure they're housed in waterproof cases. Lastly, remember to adjust your expectations. Rainy weather might mean you won't set a personal record, but that's okay. Embrace the experience, enjoy the race, and remember, every run is a victory in itself. When running in the rain, remember to wear waterproof gear and be cautious of slippery surfaces. And with that, you're ready to conquer any rainy marathon that comes your way. After all, a little rain never hurt anyone, right? Imagine the wind pushing against you as you run the Chicago or Great Wall marathons. Now that's an experience that tests your stamina and resolve. But fear not, with the right strategies and gear, you can turn windy conditions into an exhilarating challenge rather than a daunting obstacle. Chicago, known as the Windy City, hosts its marathon in October, when the city's notorious breezes are in full swing. Over in China, the Great Wall Marathon in May presents its own windy conditions atop the centuries-old, majestic fortification. So, how do you prepare for these gusty marathons? First things first, maintaining your pace in the wind can be tricky. Strong gusts can slow you down, but it's important not to fight the wind. Instead, adjust your pace and effort to match the conditions. If the wind is at your back, use it to your advantage, but if it's against you, lower your speed and save your energy. Remember, it's not just about the time on the clock, it's about the journey and the accomplishment. Now let's talk about gear. Wind-resistant clothing is a must. Look for lightweight, breathable, and windproof jackets and pants. A running hat or a headband can also shield your head and ears from the wind. And don't forget your eyes. A good pair of sports sunglasses can protect them from dust and debris carried by the wind. Finally, a mental tip. Embrace the challenge. Windy conditions can be tough, but they can also make your run more memorable and rewarding. Think of the wind as a training partner, pushing you to become stronger and more resilient. So, whether you're gearing up for the gusty streets of Chicago or the breezy heights of the Great Wall, remember these tips. They'll not only help you survive the wind, but also thrive in it. When running in windy conditions, remember to adjust your pace and protect yourself from the wind. And just like the wind, keep moving forward no matter what comes your way. Now imagine running the Yakima River Canyon or Polar Circle Marathon amidst snow and ice. Talk about a winter wonderland. Washington's Yakima River Canyon Marathon, held in March, can often present runners with a landscape blanketed in snow. Meanwhile, the Polar Circle Marathon, taking place in Greenland in October, has runners navigating icy terrains. These marathons are not for the faint-hearted, but with the right preparation, they can be a thrilling experience. Snow and ice present unique challenges. They can make surfaces slippery and increase the risk of falls. It's crucial to have shoes with good grip to prevent slipping. Shoe spikes or trail shoes can provide the necessary traction. Remember, when you're running on ice, small steps are safer. And watch out for black ice, it's especially treacherous. Keeping warm is another essential aspect. Layering is the key here. Start with a base layer that wicks sweat away from your skin. Over this, add an insulating layer to trap heat. Your outer layer should be wind and water resistant to protect against snowfall and icy winds. Don't forget your extremities. A good pair of thermal gloves and a beanie can make a world of difference. Running in snowy or icy conditions can be demanding on the body. Your muscles have to work harder and the cold can affect your breathing. Be sure to warm up thoroughly before you start running and take it slow. There's no need to break personal records in these conditions. Lastly, remember to stay safe. If visibility is low, consider running in the daytime or using a headlamp. Also, let someone know your running route and estimated return time. Snowy and icy marathons can be a test of endurance, but they also offer an unforgettable experience. The pristine beauty of the snow-covered landscape, the sense of achievement when you cross the finish line, it's truly something special. When running in snowy or icy conditions, remember to wear shoes with good grip and to layer up. Running a marathon in varying weather conditions can be a thrilling experience. Indeed, the thrill of the run is not just about the distance, it's also about the diversity of the weather conditions you encounter along the way. Let's do a quick recap of what I've discussed. In hot weather marathons like the Boston and London marathons, it's crucial to prepare for fluctuating temperatures. Gear up with lightweight, sweat-wicking clothing and remember to stay hydrated. For chillier races like the Tokyo and Antarctica marathons, layering is key. Invest in quality cold weather gear to keep warm without compromising on mobility. Rainy marathons like the ones in Paris and Seattle test your resilience. Waterproof gear is your best friend here, keeping you dry and maintaining your momentum. Windy conditions such as those at the Chicago and Great Wall marathons can be quite challenging. Wind-resistant gear and a flexible pacing strategy are the secret weapons to conquer these conditions. Snowy and icy marathons like the Yakima River Canyon and Polar Circle marathons demand specialized footwear and clothing. Traction and insulation are of utmost importance to safely navigate these extreme conditions. Each weather condition presents its own set of challenges and rewards, but equipped with the right tips and gear, you can turn every marathon into a memorable adventure. Remember these tips and gear recommendations next time you decide to run a marathon in these different weather conditions. It's all about embracing the elements and making them a part of your extraordinary journey. I hope this guide helps you prepare for your next marathon, no matter the weather. From the balmy Boston and London spring marathons, to the chilly challenges of Tokyo and Antarctica, the rainy runs in Paris and Seattle, the windy routes of Chicago and the Great Wall, and the icy adventures in Yakima River and the Polar Circle, we've got you covered. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more running content. Until next time, keep running.